We now interrupt the Sunday morning service with a special broadcast of Joshua Baker's The Decision.
So Josh, America's waiting on pins and needles to find out what is your decision. You've been praying and fasting and thinking about this for over 2 years now. Going into school of ministry, not having any clue what you're going to do with your life, but just saying, God called me, so I'm going to figure it out eventually. And so you waited and waited and prayed and prayed and waited and waited. And waited some more, and everybody would ask you, what are you going to do? And you waited and waited and waited. And I remember asking you, like, do you want to do this? You're like, no. Do you want to do this? You're like, no. I said, do you want to be a youth pastor? You're like, heck no. And I keep asking you things, and you're like, no, I have no clue. And even as of like a couple months ago, you're like, I really don't know. So you want to do a fast to pray. And so now you've come to a decision.
Yes, I have.
And America is waiting on pins and needles to find out what it is. Pastors everywhere want to know what Josh is going to do with his life. And so I have a couple quick questions for you. Who have you talked to about the decision?
Well, I've talked to you, of course, because you've been one of my mentors throughout this whole thing. Since you've been asking me since, like, 3-4 years ago about this. Also my parents. I've talked to my parents a lot about this. My grandma a little bit, but other than that, not too many people as far as, like, these are the options, what should I be doing? I've looked at a few things and talked to some friends about some things, but things didn't pan out.
What kind of things were you looking into as far as like thinking about doing, or what kind of went into your decision?
Well, over the summer, my friends and I were talking about doing this great missions thing where we just like go overseas and take guitars and just take acoustic instruments overseas and start playing for people, but that didn't really work out too well because, well, we're all busy. And it just, as time went on, it's something that we just knew God didn't want us to do. And then I've been looking at just a few different, not really looking at churches and that, but looking at what kinds of pastoral jobs I'd want. And youth ministry is definitely not what I want. I learned 2 years ago, junior hires annoy me a lot. And they make me want to hurt something. I'm not going to say them or me, but it made me want to hurt something. So I knew it wasn't youth ministry. And I knew that being senior pastor isn't what I want to do right now, at least right now. So that left me with some sort of an assistant or associate pastor. And that's a really broad topic there, or ministry is is associate pastor and assistant pastor. So I've looked into those kind of things and trying to figure out what it was exactly God wanted me to do and where it was He wanted me to do it at.
All right, so it's rare that a talent like Josh comes available in free agency of ministry. Mm-hmm. And so now Josh is about to tell you what his decision is. He's made a decision, he's made a choice, he knows what God's called him to do. After all this time, after all these classes, and after being only a few months away from getting his bachelor's degree, and all this kind of stuff, he's finally made his decision. So Josh, what have you decided?
Well, this summer, after I finish school, I've decided I'm going to take my talents to South Beach Daily Road, Taylor, Michigan.
So what are you going to do there?
I'm going to be associate pastor is the official title, but I'll be doing a lot with discipleship and discipling new believers.
Sweet! So where is this South Beach Daily place? What is it called?
It is called Rivers Worship Center.
Oh, I hear there are pretty interesting people there.
Yeah, their youth pastor is really interesting.
Strange even.
I can't say that in a good way, but yeah, he's interesting.
Nice. Well, I'm sure they're happy to have you. I'm sure it's going to be an exciting journey, and South Beach will never be the same. South Beach Daily will never be the same.